Bitcoin down, but holding market structure, and there are institutional games afoot. Take a look at this. First of all, starting with a technical look at the markets, currently trading the price of $90,600 or so. We are down on the day, and we are down, of course, from these almost breakaway highs that we put in on the 5th, back on Monday. We are down something like 4.5% from that. There we go, 4.5% down to about 5% to the lows of the day. But look at where we are consolidating. This is looking pretty healthy to me, because where we are positioned currently, right, $90,600, what this looks to me like is basically flipping this resistance into support. This resistance that we were hitting all the way basically through from the middle to the end of December. Every time we made a pump, we would basically start to sell off up at these same prices now that we are bouncing from. And it's messy, and it doesn't look particularly neat or pretty or elegant, but it doesn't have to, right? Basically, this means that the market is now starting to accept prices at these elevated levels. Now, I've said this before, prices don't move because of pretty lines that you draw on a chart. Yes, there is something to be said for the fact that if everyone is looking at those pretty lines, sometimes you get patterns emerging. But no, what I'm saying here is the market is starting to accept prices that are higher than it was rejecting prices at over the end of December, and that is looking pretty good. I don't necessarily think this means we have to rocket up from here. Of course, if we take a look at the volume profile, as you can see, the peak of that, this is called the point of control, is still down at $87,400. That just means since this low we put in on the 21st of November, the most volume has been done at an average of that price. But you can also see another volume node appearing up here at about 91,000, which means, once again, we are now starting to consolidate into these higher prices, which is looking quite good. Generally, if you're looking at a volume profile, you would expect prices to move rather quickly through areas of low volume and rather slowly through areas of higher volume, but those high volume areas can tend to be a magnet for pricing. So just something to bear in mind. We are still technically in an uptrend. I drew this in last time, right, from the all-time lows. Well, not the all-time lows, sorry, from the big lows that we put in back on the 21st of November. New high here, new low here, and then new slightly higher high here. That is technically an uptrend, and as long as we defend these lows here at 84,500, in that regard, we are still technically in an uptrend. I wouldn't be surprised if prices didn't pull back a little bit here first, and a big reason for that is, of course, by first I mean before, eventually moving up from there, potentially moving up from there. A reason for that is, of course, the liquidation risk in the market. Now, we haven't seen a massive amount of liquidations over the last 24 hours or so, and that's a good thing. Okay, that means that we are accepting prices. It means that it's likely that we continue to keep these new accepted prices, and it also possibly means that this move wasn't generated quite so much by leverage trading. If we look at the liquidation heat map here, you can see over the last 24 hours about $121 million worth of longs liquidated. It's not massive, versus about $80 million worth of shorts liquidated. But we do still have to pay attention to the fact that we have long liquidation risk looming further down the book to the downside. So that starts to look pretty dangerous about here. 88,000 we'll call it, about $3 billion worth. On the chart here, of course, $88,000 down here, getting into that high volume range. Potentially, if we got that low, we might overextend this a little bit. And the reason for that is, of course, liquidation risk means people are leveraged long. Alongside liquidation risk means people are leveraged long in the market. They're basically betting with money that they don't have. And if they come to those prices, those liquidation prices, the exchange will force sell them. That means dumping supply onto the market. Supply and demand dynamics dictate the prices must go down when that happens, and they must go down quite rapidly. Goldman Sachs just issued a huge 2026 crypto forecast as $200,000 Bitcoin price predicted by Bull. Goldman Sachs have predicted this year could bring a major catalyst for institutional Bitcoin and crypto adoption, and they are talking about the Clarity Act. We see the improving regulatory backdrop as a key driver to continued institutional crypto adoption, especially for buy-side and sell-side financial firms, as well as new use cases for crypto developing beyond trading. This week, Republican Senate Banking Committee Chair Tim Scott said his panel would be holding a hearing next week to amend and ultimately vote on the crypto market structure bill known as the Clarity Act, also known as the Clarity Market Structure Bill, hinges on bipartisan support in the United States Senate Banking Committee. Typically, the Senate needs at least 60 votes to advance legislation, and Republicans need 7 to 10 Democrats to vote yes on the Clarity Act. If Republicans can secure 4 votes from Democrats on the Senate Banking Committee, it is likely that all 17 Democratic senators who voted for the Genius Act will vote with Republicans to advance the market structure bill. And as the name suggests, it basically all comes down to clarity regarding the US regulatory situation on crypto. The US Congress passing a crypto market structure framework would foster crypto adoption, especially among institutional investors who may be hesitant to adopt digital asset technology due to unclear regulations and the possibility of a regulatory rollback. But as Goldman analyst said, the bill would need to be passed in the first half of 2026, as the US midterm elections in November would otherwise delay the progress of that. But there we go. Structurally, market's looking good. I like the fact that we are consolidating these slightly higher prices. The liquidation risk situation doesn't seem too fragile for me right now either. But as always, purely my opinion, purely shared for entertainment purposes. But thank you so much for watching. There's plenty more to come. Catch you in the next one.